Jeannie, tonight, doctors worried about an event in Jacksonville becoming a COVID super spreader event. Posts you may have seen are going viral, showing hundreds of people at a concert held at River City Brewing Company. And in these videos, many people could be seen without masks or not social distancing. On your side, Troy Kless spoke with the Florida Times Union reporter who broke this story and also with a doctor about their concerns.
Yeah, that's right, Heather. Last Friday at the River City Brewing Company right behind me, the concert was held outdoors. But again, doctors were still concerned about the lack of social distancing and masks. And as our news partners at the TU found out, there appears to be a little bit of disconnect between both the venue itself and the promoters and event organizers, again, who say that they put COVID-19 prevention measures in place.
A crowded dance floor, a possible super spreader for COVID.
It shows people really packed in together. I mean, hundreds of people kind of storming the stage.
Emily Block with the Florida Times Union broke the story after videos of the electronic dance music concert held Friday went viral. Block spoke to promoters of the event and brewery management.
They said that they thought they did everything they could do, that it was cleared by the city, that they made sure that masks were required for entry, that they did temperature checks.
River City Brewing Company's general manager tells First Coast News they also had security asking people to put on their masks. She does not think this video looks good because it doesn't accurately represent their entire venue. The concert held outdoors had roughly 400 people in attendance, below capacity guidelines according to the brewery's GM. Immunologist Dr. Sunil Joshi says he has concerns over the lack of social distancing.
All it takes is one person in that very, very close group of people for jumping on stage to have it for it to spread to other people.
A city spokesperson also tells us that based on local and state occupancy and safety codes that the business was not in violation when they held this event. Again, we're going to have more on this story tonight starting on First Coast News at 6. We're live in downtown Jacksonville. Troy Kless, First Coast News, on your side.
Thank you, Troy.